Hello everyone, Ashlyn Giza YouTube channel. So I am going to call this video Heinous Crimes Part 3 because there's actually this has to do with somebody that I know that committed a heinous crime, and it's very, very complicated. So okay, first of all, my husband has this ex niece. He no longer claims her his niece. Um, that's words from his mouth. But I'm just telling you guys, and he doesn't claim her because what she's done is her and a guy she was with had a baby. They starved her, and they starved her to the point where she couldn't even produce any more tears to cry, to let anyone know she was suffering or hungry. And she was skin and bones. Her own mom called the police on her, to report that this was happening. And so yeah, that's what happened. And she actually got out of doing this. She actually did not go to jail. And she went to court and everything, and she got out of prison time. She was actually supposed to do, she was facing 10 years in prison, and they let her go for that. So, first of all, that sickens me. That's my opinion on it. And my opinion on the whole situation is that I would never forgive anybody for doing something that disgusting. And that's just me. There's other people in the world that would forgive someone for doing something like that because they're Christian, and they believe that you should forgive somebody for something that they've done, no matter what sin type of sin it is, because a sin is a sin. Okay, well, that may be true to some people, but to me, there's all types of different levels of sinning, and almost murdering your own daughter is sickening to me. So I don't go to any of the family functions on my husband's side because she's there. The woman who almost killed her daughter, she's there. So I don't want to be next to her. I don't want my children to be next to her, and my husband doesn't even want to be next to her, and we don't want our son to be next to her. First of all, how can you even eat? How can you even eat next to a woman who was starving her child? How can you eat a Thanksgiving dinner and watch her eat food when she's was starving her daughter? To me, that's just sick and twisted. But I guess there's just people in this world that disagree with how I feel, and they choose to eat with her like his family. They choose to act like nothing even ever happened, and that it's all okay now. That was in the past, and the little girl survived. So um, that's the point of it. The little girl's alive, and now everything should just be dandy and okay, and that we should be all able to eat together as a happy fucking family. I don't think so. That's I don't think so, and that's my opinion. So, um let me know what you guys think, but I'm pretty sure majority people are going to agree with me, that it's sickening. I'm actually going to put the article um in the link below. Uh uh and so what's going on right now here with the family in-laws is that they start acting really funny towards me and my husband, after we made the decision not to go to any more of the family functions because we don't want to be around her. And the his father and his family think that I'm controlling their son because we don't want to go over there and eat with a lady that almost killed her daughter. Um, and it's very, very weird, because I've never done anything to his family except for that. I just told them I don't want to go over there and I don't want to be around a lady who almost killed her daughter. Um, and the second thing that I've supposedly done to wreck their family is I asked his parents. Here's what happened. His parents were sick January 6th. 12 days later, his mom calls on a Friday Friday or Saturday to ask if me and my husband can bring our son that we have together and then my kids. So his stepkids and his son by me, if we could come over to their house on a Sunday. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're in a pandemic right now. People are getting COVID really bad right now. They have been for the last 2 years, but it's really bad right now because it's winter time. So, if you've been following me for a while, everybody knows that I'm a cancer survivor. So, if I'm hearing that a motherfucker's sick, I'm going to want them to take a COVID test to make sure they don't have COVID before I go over to their house or if they're around my children, if I can help it. If I'm going to a store, I wear a mask. Not everybody wants to wear a mask, and guess what? That's fine with me. If you don't want to wear a mask, I don't give a fuck what you do. If you want to take a vaccine, I don't give a fuck what you want to do. I'm choosing to wear a mask, and I'm choosing not to vaccinate because I don't know what's in there. It's not been around long enough. And it affects everybody differently. That's my point of view on COVID and mask wearing and when somebody is sick during a pandemic. My side of the family, whenever somebody gets sick, we all tell each other that we're sick. Also, we test for COVID to see if it's COVID or not. And if it's not COVID, that's great. If it is COVID, it's also great to find out you have it so you can keep your loved ones safe. But my husband's family doesn't agree with that. They think that there's shit on the Q-tip. They think that the government put stuff on the Q-tip so that when you insert the Q-tip in your nose, it's putting something inside you, which is fucking psychotic and delusional, in my opinion. So, with that being said, right now there's family drama, but there's no longer going to be that. Because what I did, because I'm a more spiritual type person, I'm a Christian, but I'm more spiritual. I don't believe in negativity. And what this has done, what his parents have done by refusing to take a quick at-home COVID test, just so we know that it's safe for me with my compromised immune system and my little baby. What it's done is it's caused a family argument and fight, and it's divided the family, all because they won't take a simple test. And I'm not keen on making somebody do something. I don't like making people do things. So that's okay. If they don't want to take the test, that's A-okay with me. But what's going to happen now is they don't want to take the test, then they aren't seeing me and they aren't seeing the grandkids and they aren't seeing their son. their son said this to me too, that he won't go over there unless they take a COVID test first, so that way we know, so that way it's safe, and that if they ever do want to see us, because I don't like taking people away from their family, but if they do want to see us, they can come over to my environment. I will no longer be going over to their environment and their home, because I'm not having people judge me. I'm certainly not having people disrespect me and disrespect what I want for my child. And what I want for my child is for my child to be protected from the virus the best way I can. So what I've been doing is we've been social distancing. When we do go out, we've been wearing masks. If a family member's sick, we've been asking them nicely if they can take a COVID test. Now, since these people don't want to respect what me and my husband want for our family, we are excluding ourselves from them. I blocked them on the Facebook. I blocked them on all my social medias, and except for here, and that's fine. They can watch. They can watch this if they want to. That's fine. Um, but I removed myself from them because I'm not. I don't like negativity. I don't like negativity, and I don't like people pretending like I'm controlling their son. And I certainly don't like people judging me when they don't even know who the fuck I really am. And the reason why I'm bringing up the controlling thing, hear me out, guys, is because his brother, my husband's brother, texted him yesterday saying, "Why did you block me on Facebook? Your wife is damn controlling." So my husband saw that, and my husband actually showed me that because me and my husband are very close. We're very, very close, more close than his family even knows. And so I text his brother back and I said, "You look, I don't know what you're talking about. Jason never blocked you off Facebook. I certainly blocked you on Facebook, and I blocked everybody on Facebook because I'm done with all of you. Um, and I blocked your girlfriend off Facebook too, because what his girlfriend was, who's only been involved in the family for a year, um, and thinks that she's a big part of the family and knows everything when she doesn't. I've been in the family longer, and they're treating her better than they're treating me, when I've been in the family longer and I know what the fuck is going on. I blocked her too because I don't even really know her. For one, it's my husband's brother's girlfriend. She's only been with my husband's brother, my brother-in-law, for a year. Why the fuck do I have to answer her? I don't. So I told my husband's brother that if Alyssa wants to know why I blocked her, she can call me. And I also explained to his brother that he can call me and talk to me about any problem that he wants to talk to me about. And the funny thing is, he never called. And want to know why? Because he knows he's in the wrong. And I'm not sure that his mom knows that I blocked her and blocked her husband and blocked the whole Giza family. Um, but I'm pretty sure she'll find out soon, and I'm pretty sure she'll be harassing my husband about why I blocked her and crying and getting upset. But you know what? I think it's just plain rude to disrespect somebody. This is just generally speaking. In general, it's just rude to disrespect somebody and what they want for their child. And if a grandparent can't respect what the parents want for the grandkid, in my opinion, they can fuck off. They legally have no rights or say so in what their grandchildren what the parents want for their grandchild. Period. Um, it's they. I mean, they can't take us to court because we don't do drugs and we both work. And it's funny because if they ever came across this video, I do work. They just don't know what kind of work I do because they wouldn't agree with it. So, I do contribute and I do charity work and I do things. I don't just sit here just because and I'm not working a corporate job. So this is what family drama does. This is what in-laws do. And it's so ridiculous because I'm such a simplest. Like literally I all I did was ask them with my husband if they could take a test since they had been sick, and this lady was trying to tell my husband that she was sick. They've already been sick and they've been better for 2 weeks already. Okay, if you're calling my husband and messaging him that you're sick January 6th, and then you're messaging him January 12th that you want us to come over that weekend, that means you've only been sick for a week or a little over a week. Not even. So that means that technically, COVID, they say you need to isolate for 2 weeks. You haven't isolated for a whole 2 weeks. And even after this now, I'm not withholding their grandchild. They can still see their grandchild, but they're gonna have to come in my husband's environment. I'm no longer allowing somebody to sit there and make me feel like I'm not welcomed. And they've never really said anything that was portraying that I wasn't welcomed into their house. So they have never told me that I don't want you in the house. I don't want you around here. And they've never said that I was a bad person or anything, but they've made me feel like that. So if I'm feeling um like they're thinking bad things about me and I'm feeling like they don't like me, that can't be just a coincidence. I'm feeling that for a reason. I'm sensing that I'm not welcomed and I'm not liked because more than likely they're doing things to make me feel that way, and there's lots of things that they have done. um when my husband and I lost our home in the derecho, um I was pregnant for one, so I was carrying a child. My husband was working full time, sometimes overtime, and then he was working on our new home that we were trying to paint and stuff during this time that his father called. And his father called and yelled at him and asked why he never answers this phone call, and told him, are you just too busy for us? And to me, that's putting a guilt trip on somebody. You don't tell somebody, are you just too busy for us? Because that's making your son feel bad for him working and taking care of his family like he should be. That's putting a guilt trip on somebody. And when you know somebody just lost a house due to a natural disaster, you don't make them feel worse than they're already feeling. His parents have helped us financially, and I cannot wait. To be honest, I cannot wait till we get our tax money so we can pay them back the money that we owe them, because they helped us demolish our old mobile home that got wrecked due to a derecho here in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And what I feel, and they've never, again, they've never said, hey, you guys need to pay us back that money. And they've never said anything like that. But you get vibes from people, and I know you guys all know what I'm talking about. You get vibes from people that they're kind of annoyed that you haven't gave them, like, paid them back, and stuff like that. So, and his mom even corrected me one time when I said, yeah, well, we'll get you guys back that $4,000 for demolishing the house. His mom corrected me and go, well, it's actually $6,000 because we got scammed by that guy. And I go, oh yeah. Well, I mean, that right there is kind of insinuating that you're keeping track of how much we owe you. Therefore, that's kind of making it feel like to us that you're counting every penny that we owe you. So it's I mean, if a therapist or a counselor was watching this right now, they'd be able to analyze this, and they'd be able to get the point that I'm trying to make. Um, so that's what's happening right now. It's ridiculous. And so, you know, I might not name this heinous crimes. I'm not really sure what I'm going to name this because it's I talk about a heinous crime that happened, but this has to kind of do with family drama. So, I don't know what I'm going to title it, but yeah. So, I had to let this all out to you guys because I'm honestly sick and tired of being portrayed as this bad person that I know I'm not. I know I'm a good mother. I know that I'm a good person. I know I'm a good wife. I've never cheated on my husband. I've never done anything severely bad to him at all. Have I yelled at him? Yes. Have I slapped him across the face when I found out he's lied to me before? And when he has said the things that he has said to me before? Yes, I have. I'll tell you guys what he has said to me before. This is why I slapped my husband across the face. Because my husband talked about my lower body before and told me that I was loose sometimes. And then another thing that happened was I was doing radiation treatment to kill the cancer in my body. And while I was at home being isolated doing the radiation treatment, my husband had the audacity to call me on the phone and ask me if he could go out with his friends to eat and stuff with their girlfriends and stuff like that while I'm sitting there fighting for my life. So that's why I've slapped my husband before. So, and my husband has also lied to me about taking medications, and he's hid that he has an addiction to chewing tobacco. I had to find out by finding cans and finding little speckles of chew um, in our bathroom. So, if I've ever done anything bad and like yelling and slapping Jason across the face once or twice because he's said and done some pretty shitty things to me, then yeah, okay, call me a bad person. But you know what? I wonder what other women would do if their husband said that about them or and was lying to them all the time, or if he, their husband was asking if they could go out while they were fighting for their life for battling cancer. So um, it I feel like I have to say what some of the flaws that my husband has and what he's done to me because I'm feeling like I'm being portrayed as the bad guy, and I'm trying to show that nobody's perfect. That's why I announced a couple things, examples that my husband's done that weren't right, because I'm trying to show and explain that nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. My husband's not perfect. Nobody's fucking perfect. So, them thinking that their son is perfect and that I changed their son, and them thinking all this shitty stuff is a crock of shit in my opinion. So, I don't know if you guys ever had family drama that's kind of the same. Comment below. Also, let me know what you guys think about this situation because and about everything I said cuz I'd like to know, you know. I mean, I, I don't know. I just I don't really have a lot of friends. I don't really tell people a lot of things, and YouTube is one of my outlets. Um, but I'm just sick of it all. And I think it's fucking strange that people can sit there and open up Christmas gifts and celebrate Christmas and eat Thanksgiving with a fucking crazy girl that claims that she um, was hearing voices that were telling her to starve her child and and did all that crazy stuff. I'm posting that article down below. Let me know what you guys think. I'll be on with another life topic.